Every time I come here, I'm always impressed with the team goals y'all have, and I know team goal number 2 is to win the Atlantic Division. And on behalf of the Atlantic Coast Conference, for the second time in your 3 years as head coach, I pronounce you guys the Atlantic Division champions in the
Hey, yo, my D! Hey, the D guys, let's go! Hey, listen up, man. You let's go outside. I know everybody wants to go celebrate. Listen, on behalf of the staff, on behalf of our team, we gladly accept that invitation to start it, baby. Thank you very much, man. Go home, baby.
What's up, Clemson Nation? What's up, TTC? Guys, we got the win, and we are the Atlantic Division champions for the second time in 3 years. And I know it was a horrible executed game, horrible game for 3 quarters by Clemson. But that fourth quarter was what we've seen more of all year for the Tigers. And that was a comeback, another 14 point. That's the third game this year where we've been down by 2 touchdowns at least and come back and won. So, you know, just some great, never giving up. This team never gave up. You know, we started out good, went up 7-0. Then we were up 14-7 at halftime. I expected us to, you know, it was a sloppy game, but I expected us to roll in the second half. Probably the worst officiated game I've ever seen in my life. The referees, I mean, you got referees so dumb, they don't even know how many points to assess on the penalties by Clemson. Wake Forest had 0 offensive penalties this game. Clemson had a good bit. Just completely horrible officiating. They need to be fired. ACC officials are terrible anyway, especially when Clemson's playing. But anyway, Wake Forest did a good job of capitalizing on those. They went up, tied it up on a punt return after an obvious holding call that was missed right there. 2 clipping and a holding in one. But you know, he returned that for a kick, and then they got they had 2 running touchdowns, I think. Second one was ridiculous to put them up 28-14, and we were waiting to see if the Tigers would give up, and they didn't. They didn't give up. Came back right down. I want to say Andre Ellington had the first 2 touchdowns. Then we got Brandon Ford coming out of nowhere. We just had so many receivers. Brandon Ford coming out of nowhere and getting a touchdown or 2. I can't remember if he caught the second one too, but he had 2 huge touchdowns, or a touchdown, another huge catch. Just Nuke Hopkins, of course, getting some critical catches for us, and this offense didn't give up. And you know, Taj Boyd played so bad for 3 quarters. He just played. The Georgia Tech game was clearly still in his head. 2 interceptions. You know, we had another fumble by Ellington, which I don't think was a fumble after they reviewed it. Pretty sure he was down, but they didn't review it. Another terrible officiated call. We should have challenged that. Then we had you know, Bellamy had a good run, but we didn't give it to him or Howard too much after the way they played against Georgia Tech. And the defense came up so big in the fourth quarter after, you know, they had been beaten up, giving up 28 points, just beaten up in the third quarter. They come up huge in the fourth quarter, every time we needed them to. The senior-led defense, Brandon Thompson and Andre Branch, Rennie Moore, Courtney Brown, all of those guys came up huge on the D-line in the fourth quarter. And I mean, it was just such a great game-winning field goal, you know, just a great way to win it. Now, I know we should have killed Wake. There's no doubt that we're a much better team than Wake, but Wake really wanted this game. They wanted it more than we did. We had to play our hearts out just to win this game, and Wake Forest, y'all did play your hearts out. Y'all should get that bowl clinching win next week against Maryland. So good luck to y'all for the rest of the season. The Tigers win the Atlantic 2009 and 2011 champs. We're taking back over the Atlantic Division. You can believe that, even though Florida State, you are playing good right now. It looks like Georgia should have the East wrapped up in the SEC, and it looks like the ACC Coastal still coming down to either Virginia or Virginia Tech. Virginia comes back to beat Duke, or it looks like they're going to beat Duke. I haven't checked it lately, but they still got to beat Florida State, and I don't know if that can happen. And then they got to beat Virginia Tech, so their chances are about 10% right now. Virginia Tech 90% chance that we're going to face them. I'll be there, get some footage for you guys. But it's time to move on to NC State. We can't overlook anybody. We go undefeated at home. Let's go Tigers. Congrats to everybody. Congrats to Taj Boyd, all y'all. We're the Atlantic Division champions. Now it's time to actually win this conference for the first time in 20 years.